Good morning. Good morning, viewers. This is Mazenam Kano, Freedom Media Communications, with Mr. Raphael, aka Ralph Tresvant. This morning we are about to discuss Simon Ekpa's freedom in Finland. It is another good news for all Igbos, all lovers of Mazenam Kano, all lovers of Biafra agitation, all Biafra faithfuls in diaspora and in Nigeria, in Igbo land, everywhere. Alex TUBB, the president of Finland, has actually decided to give presidential pardon to Simon Ekpa. It's a news that is developing gradually all around the world. Especially, I grab it because I'm one of the Biafra, faithfuls. I love Biafra. I dream Biafra. I live Biafra. I breathe Biafra, as in taking breath. Biafra is my oxygen. God has made it so. You can see Simon Ekpa. Simon Ekpa was apprehended in Finland immediately. Biafra was declared November 2024. All the components of TUBB administration, began to be very, very fidgeting, unrestful, afraid. They are all tensed up because the Prince of Africa has been announced in the faraway Scandinavia, Europe, Finland to be precise. So that was when the hunting, scrambling for Simon Ekpa's arrest began. But you see what makes it so hysterical, so strange, so infuriating anyway, is that all the accusation leveled on Ekpa, it still remain unfounded, misguided, over misguided. Not just misguided, over misguided. Why? That Ekpa is a terrorist causing all manners of insecurities in the southeast. It's all lie. They are all falsified allegations by the southeastern governors. Soludo, Peter Mba, this man, even if Ekpa is not a governor, but he's among them because he knows why he was afraid. Francis Nwafulu, governor of Ebonyi State. Hope Uzodimba, governor of Imo State. They were all afraid. That's why they colluded with Miss Bianco Juku and this Minister of External Affairs, to rope in Ekpa, that Ekpa was raising money to constitute terrorism across Nigeria. This allegation was unfounded. It has no ground, or even legal jurisdiction to bring Ekpa home. But they worked hard to bring Ekpa home. They sent Christopher Musa to Al Jazeera. He was granted interview. He discussed like a lion. He talked like a tiger. At the end of the day, he could not summon courage to visit Ekpa in faraway Lahti, Finland. He was afraid of going to Finland to testify or even as a witness in the court of law. Why are they afraid? Do you see one thing in life? A clear conscience, they say, fears no accusation. Their conscience are not clear. Their conscience were then not, clear. That's why they could not go to the court of law in Finland to testify how Ekpa was constituting terrorism in the southeastern Nigeria. It is spoken for itself that this young man was just, roped in by the Nigerian state in order to expose the Igbos to insecurity, in order to expose the Igbos to criminalities from federal structures, from state structures. That's why they could not go there and at least testify by themselves with physical evidences that Ekpa constituted an act of terrorism in the southeastern Nigeria. They were afraid because they know actually if they go there, they have nothing to offer. They were afraid because they actually, if they know that if they go there, there are accolades, I mean associates, Ekpa's structures himself that have been put place in Finland, you know, to make sure that they will never come back again. Because if Finland actually found out that they come there with empty witnesses, unjustified witnesses, they would have no reason to go back to Nigeria. They will be jailed. That's why Christopher Musa refused, Peter Mba refused to go there in person to testify, to indicate where necessary on how Ekpa carried out terrorist activities in the southeastern Nigeria. But today you see we are smiling because Finland government has granted Simon Ekpa presidential pardon. Listen, I did not say today who Simon Ekpa is about coming out. I did not say today Simon Ekpa is about coming out. Simon Ekpa has cleared the air, I think 2-3 weeks ago. Alex Todd has decided to set Ekpa free. That's judging, going by what bandits, terrorists, ISWAP, you know, are doing in Nigeria, perpetrating all manners of bloody acts, buying, murdering, unaliving Christians across Mid-Belt, Northeast, Northwest, Southwest. You see, Kwara State is a good example of what the terrorists, the bandits are doing to Christians, killing Christians in their large numbers. Finland decided now that they could come out with tangible evidence Ekpa was not constituting anything bloody in the southeastern Nigeria. They actually found out that they just roped Ekpa out of hate, out of Igbo hate, out of marginalization, out of genocide on Christians, which is on course in Nigeria. Nigerian government denied it. America came here, discovered various unquantified evidences, testimonies indicating Christian genocide was on course. In fact, let's term it Islamization process or agenda that started over 3 centuries ago. The jihadists, the bloody jihadists, Ottoman Danfodio started it. That is what actually compelled Finland president to begin to negotiate presidential pardon to one of their citizens, an Igbo man, Mazi Simon Ekpa was on the blacklist of Nigerian government for many years. A man that was just defending his tribe, the tribe that is actually theirs. But it is obvious out of hate, they began to paint Ekpa blue. Actually, what the plan was, after stealing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu into Nigeria, they will shut up the whole Biafra agitation mechanisms and processes so that Biafra's soul will die. A big mistake. Agitation of Biafra is a living soul, a living spirit, an ideology that has started almost 60 years ago, from 1967 to 1970. They actually thought this spirit, this ideology, Biafra spirit, could go down. Yet, they did not know. It was in 1970 that the war ended, that agitation for Biafra, Biafran spirit and souls began to wallow in good life. Biafra awake. Biafra was waking up. Immediately it was 1970, the dawn of end of Nigerian Biafran civil war. The actual war began. The Fulani, the Hausa, the Yoruba, all these are the components of political elites, a mechanism that actually thought Biafra would go down. They don't know that Biafra is still waxing strong and strong. And since 1970, Biafra become a giant. Yes, marching forward from east to west, midwest to north, from northeast to northwest, all over Nigeria, encroaching, fighting hard to possess her possession. United States of Biafra has actually possessed her possession. Here we are today. Samuel Ekpa is the man that kept the life, the soul of Biafra aglow immediately apprehension of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu at Nairobi airport in Kenya. They thought that Biafra would die. The agitation actually sprang up into life because someone like Mazi Ekpa Njoko, 1-4 Igbo, rose up on his feet took it as a point of duty, working hard to make sure that Biafra fire, will still be glowing up, billowing up to the bright blue sky, high altitude. That's what it takes to know Ohamadi Kendibo. Mazen Kanu knows that his hard work, his resilience as a Biafra agitator, will never go down. That is why Ekpa has been forgiven today. Presidential pardon for Ekpa in faraway Finland. Very short time right now, Ekpa will go scot-free. Finland has actually seen what the bandits, the terrorists, the Fulani, herdsmen, Boko Haram, La Karua, Mamuda, ISWAP are doing across Nigeria. The Islamization process still remains one of the endemic disease that is paranoid across Nigerian nation. Biafra has come. Simon Ekpa is free. Presidential pardon for Simon Ekpa. I announce it. Wait. Resilient Biafrans, believe on what you do believe. It is a dream come true. Very soon, Kanu is coming. We know that quite sure within 2-3 days now, Kanu's appeal court is going to be. And no matter what hope is on the Masoludo, one for one fulefu of 4 State, Peter Mba actually are doing. Biafra must surely come to be. And the real dream that is coming into realization is Kanu's exit from Sokoto Correctional Center. Kanu will be freed soonest. We know that it was the handwork of Nigerian government colluding with governors of southeastern Nigeria for Kanu to remain in prison so that they will see one thing or the other as sickness, to give this young man. But God forbid, Chineko Kabiame can never ever allow that. He's our God. Kanu will not die. He's coming out alive without any disease. No matter how hard they tried, they could not get to him. One thing is for sure. The kind of prophecy, predictions from Kanu that has actually been materialized or actualized indicates that Kanu is a prophet of God. An anointed Igbo prophet that God has sent to liberate the Igbos from their sovereigns of 60 years after the war. Nobody recognized Igbo man anymore in Nigerian political leadership. The races, the tribes in Nigeria that are eating the national cake, turning their back on Igbo man, coming up with all manners of justice and legal system so selective to punish the Igbo man. We are all apprehensive. We are not dons. We are learned people, naturally endowed with intelligence and discernment, ability to decide on what is bad and on what is right. That is Igbo man for you. Our intelligence and wisdom is what is giving these people the nightmare of their life. That's why they could never have peace of mind. Anytime they see Igbo man, their mind, their heart pops up. Simon Ekpa is on the way coming out. Finland has shocked the entire world that after going through what bandits, terrorists, Christian genocide, spells, depicts in Nigeria, they have now realized that it was an empty accusation as a result of tribal antagonism that Simon Ekpa went through what he had gone through. Earlier on, they awarded him $50,000. This time around, if given presidential pardon, his own fiscal or financial incentives is going to run in millions of euros. I'm telling you, Ekpa is the best man, and Ekpa has actually succeeded in what he has been doing for how many years now. If not because of Ekpa, I think Biafra would have died down. And today, we are, dancing and dancing and dancing and dancing because Ekpa is about coming out. There is nothing like victory. So it's a song of victory all over Igbo land, outside Igbo land, the entire Biafrans in diaspora. They are rejoicing right now that Ekpa Mazim Esbanjoko of Ebonyi State is coming out in peace. That is it. That is what it takes to be a warrior or Dogu in Igbo land. Everybody said all manners of bad things about Ekpa. How come that Finland has taken this decision? Even though after bribing TUBB, the Finnish president, using his company to supply Nigeria over how many billions of dollars, solar panels across the country was, awarded as a contract to Finland president company. The EU went to court about it. The case is still in the court that Alex Todd collected bribe from Nigeria to arrest the innocent Igbo man in their country. This is another song of victory, and it's a noise of victory, and I don't know how it looks like to you. As for me, it's a victorious hour, victorious time, victorious environment. The atmosphere is so conducive for every able-bodied Biafra. We cannot just take it like that, only that God could not be seen with our naked eyes. That's why we keep on glorifying and thanking God this time around that He has given us this victory. Ekpa, pardoned, by Finland president. Thank you so much for listening to my, let me say, analysis. Politically, religiously, we are there socially. That is what we do on social media, to disseminate informations, valuable and useful one, to all our Biafran faithfuls around the world. Uplive up to your tests. Yeah, leave it. Our test is Biafra. All our love is for Biafra emancipation. And the dream has really emanated. Thank you for listening. Share this video among all your contacts on WhatsApp. Like this video. Touch the notification bell. Reason, anytime I come online, it's gonna pop up on your Android phone. And subscribe from my YouTube channel. That's how you will be doing me proud. Thank you so much for watching.